This episode is brought to you by Fandango. People say fans are too distracted these days, but the truth is, when a great movie hits the screen, you show up. You stay glued, invested, part of the story. And without fans like you, there'd be no cinema magic, no shared moments. So head to Fandango.com to get tickets, stream, or rent or buy top movies and series. Fandango loves fans.
Protein is now at Starbucks, and it's never tasted so good. You can add protein cold foam to your favorite drink or try one of our new protein lattes or matcha. Try it today at Starbucks.
Yeat ADL album review. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It. Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We got a pretty good episode for you today. We're back with another album review. I've been saving my thoughts for Yeat's album all week. I've even done a couple of re-uploads. We've even, talked about Central C, and we've talked about, Miley Cyrus. So I took a little bit of a break because, well, I kind of have a lot to say about this album. So, when I was, gearing up for this album, I will say the night when it first released, it released around 5 p.m. or 7 p.m., 5 p.m. his time, but 7 p.m. my time. And when that album dropped, I had a pretty good time listening to the project. Yeat's been, one of those rappers that kind of just snuck up on me. I didn't really care for his music that much, I will be honest with you. But, I did keep up with his beginning projects coming out. But then once he dropped this Dangerous Summer album, I just had that whole album just on repeat. So I had a really good time, listening to that. So, coming into ADL, I had pretty good expectations. And I'll say, this fucking album, the beginning of it is really heat, And I think, sometimes, a lot of people say the album's trash because, the ending of the album's not that good. And, sadly, I will say, we're going to talk about it, but... it's going to be one of my main points. So let's just get into this album. Starting off, features. Let's just talk about features real quick because there is quite a bit of features on here. And I will say the features are pretty good. Young Boy is on one of them, and I'd say that's a pretty fucking fire-ass feature in my opinion. No really, big features that kind of took away Yeat's spotlight. It was mostly Yeat on here. I do like the Don Toliver feature. I think the Don Toliver feature was really fire in my opinion. Now let's get into the beginning of the album. My first point is that the first few tracks are some of the best Yeat songs that I've heard in the big 2026, which I do like. I'm glad that, Yeat's still evolving his sound. I think the auto-tune has gotten a lot better. Those beginning Yeat albums, some of the worst vocals you'll ever hear in your fucking life. But I will say...
Springfest means more sun, more fun, and more free at Lowe's. Keep your yard in line with an additional free Ego 56-volt battery when you buy a select Ego mower, trimmer, or blower. Plus, keep landscaping fresh with Stay Green 1 cubic foot garden soil, 5 bags for $10. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Hey, there is a lot of tracks on here that has a lot of singing. And, it's not that I don't like Yeat singing, but I'd rather much take the melodic rapping route than, constantly singing on tracks. Because the singing, sometimes it just makes me want to fucking kill myself when I'm listening to the fucking singing. Because the singing is so goddamn awful in my opinion. There's moments in this album where Yeat's singing a rock song, and it's just not good to listen to. I'm just going to be honest with you. The vocals are just not good. And that's going to bring up to my third point. The final part of this album. Once we're on track 5 through 14, there is just a problem that I'm coming across with the Yeat's music on this album. What is with the terrible ass fucking rock songs that are on this album? I mean, I'm trying to give this shit a chance, but when you put a lot of rock songs on your album and they're fucking terrible, the singing's fucking terrible, the autotune is terrible, the flows are terrible, and then you get these tracks where Yeat's just kind of, you know, just like melodically singing on trap beats that just do not sound good. There's moments where the vocals on this album make me want to fucking kill myself listening to because they're so goddamn awful. It kind of fucking blows my damn mind. You know, I get you want to try something new. But it's recently, you know, like I've seen a post about Joyner Lucas, you know, a rapper that I haven't even talked about on this show. He's even got a song with Youngboy recently, but I'm not going to check it out. And maybe I'll check it out after this. I don't know. But, you know, he made a post saying, you know, now that I've gotten out of the box, you know, I've shown my versatility, you know, I can hop onto any kind of genre. And then you listen to the song, and it's some of the worst singing, some of the worst use of samples, some of the worst use of skits, some of the worst use of rapping. And it just fucking blows my mind saying that that's me being versatile. That's me being versatile. No, that's you being ass. That's you being fucking shit. That's you just blowing my fucking mind because you're fucking terrible at singing. You're terrible at fucking rapping on an R&B beat. You know, please go back to what you know. Go back to what you can do. Go back to what you can do that's fire. Because that shit's fucking terrible. And that's kind of my problem with the second half of this album. It's just fucking terrible. I'm just going to be honest with you. Now, the beginning of this album, I will say, Purpose General, Face the Flame, Lose Control, Griddle, What I Want, and Live Like This. These 5 tracks are a pretty nice run. But then once we get to tracks like Taller, My Way, I will say Let King Tonka Talk is pretty good too. Dangerous House is terrible. No More Ghosts is terrible.
With Plan B emergency contraception, we're in control of our future. It's backup birth control you take after unprotected sex that helps prevent pregnancy before it starts. It works by temporarily delaying ovulation, and it won't impact your future fertility. Plan B is available in all 50 U.S. states at all major retailers near you, with no ID, prescription, or age requirement needed. Together, we've got this. Follow Plan B on Insta at Plan B One Step to learn more. Use as directed.
Membership means more with American Express Business Gold. Earn 4 times membership rewards points in your top 2 eligible spending categories every month, including eligible U.S. advertising purchases and select media, and U.S. purchases at restaurants, including takeout and delivery. What are you waiting for? Get the card that flexes with your spending every month. Terms and points cap apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
Tonight is painfully boring. Geek Love is good. I like that song. That's one of the better singing tracks, in my opinion. But Went Wrong is terrible. Real Life Shit is terrible. My Time is terrible. Two Planes is god-awfully boring. Silk Face makes me want to shoot myself. Back Home is fucking terrible. And Up From Here is ass. So 21 songs of ass. So overall, when we talk about Yeat ADL, you know, the beginning of this album was really good. Had a really good time with it. And then my overall experience of this 21-track album just kind of sets the precedent of that, you know, when you do 21 songs and the rest of the album we're just kind of giving up and we're doing like these terrible singing tracks, why even make it 21 songs? You know, make it like 10. Like, let's have a couple of these songs, not fucking 7 of them, 8 of them. Blows my mind how many there are. So overall, I'm just going to have to give this album, like, you know, I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because there's some really good tracks on here, but this is an album that I wouldn't come back to. So, 5 out of 10. Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at. Make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Yeah, guys. Bye.